Farm Institute is holding its mid-year conference in Brisbane on the 26th and 27th of June. And the title of the conference is Farming in a Risky Climate. We're really happy to have Alison Larard as one of our speakers. Alison, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure, Richard. Well, I am a beef extension officer in Far North Queensland, based on the Atherton Tablelands, but working out in the Gulf country and in reef catchments further south. Mainly involved in producer groups, as it turns out. So a mix of next gen and current gen operations involved there. And yeah, I guess we're focusing on trying to encourage capacity building, obviously, but in the four key areas of, encouraging people to look at the production issues in the business, the land management, the business issues, and the people side of the business. So I guess, yeah, that's the main guts of what I do, but I'm also a producer. The family farms on the Tablelands, a Nuffield Scholar as it stands at the moment. I did my scholarship last year, 2018, so that was fantastic. I'm also involved in the Royal Financial Counselling Service, so I sit on the board for those guys and am involved in some of the, I guess, maybe a little more practical side of some of what goes on in terms of trying to work out what's needed in the district. So some of these issues are a real issue at the moment, Richard, I guess, with some of the things that have gone on up here in the last 6 or so months with floods and the like. So we're very involved in trying to match resources with what's gone on, and a lot of these relate to climate, obviously. Yeah.
So I was going to say, so you mentioned the floods, working in North Queensland. I guess many people would see you as working at the forefront of climate risk as it relates to agriculture. Droughts, floods, huge exposure to severe climatic events. Sure. How do the people that you work with, particularly through your Rural Financial Counselling service and other farm business interactions, how are they thinking about climate risk and how important it is to their businesses going into the future?
Oh, Richard, I just think it's now fundamental. I think we've always dealt with great and substantial seasonal variability here in the north because we're so influenced by monsoonal conditions. So we've always gone from these issues of, dry months of the year and then very wet months of the year, and often those wet months relate to a cyclonic event. So those, that aspect of it has been there long term, but now these events are becoming more commonplace. And so I think there's a real feel for, this is just part of our business model now, dealing with these sorts of events, but more importantly, planning for these events. So factoring risk into our business models is fundamental to how we do business and how we're going to have to plan to do business longer term. So for me, I have a great passion with succession planning. So it's how do we encourage younger people to, do better, I guess. And part of that is planning, but also to allow buffers in their business to absorb some of these issues. And for mine, many of the key risks that people are faced with are climatic.
Thanks, Alison. So once again, our Farming in a Risky Climate Conference in Brisbane, 26th and 27th of June. We're going to be exploring all these risks specifically related to climate and the direct impact of climate, but also a whole lot of new risks that climate change is introducing into agriculture, as diverse as things like ethical investing and community trust in agriculture, and how much that's driven by perceptions of agriculture's impact on climate. Jump on the Australian Farm Institute website, farminstitute.org.au for the details, and hope to see you there. Thanks, Alison. Looking forward to hear what you have to say.
Thanks, Richard. See you then.